Welcome back, everybody. My name is Nicholas Bogroff Gansel, and I am creatively bankrupt. So today, we're going to be diving into Season 1, Episode 5 of Fleabag. But before we do that, real quick, I would like to address the change of setup. Those of you who watch my Clone High reactions, you already heard the story. For those of you who don't, basically, I got sick of looking at the back wall, because it was ugly as shit, and every time I was editing a video, I thought, wow, I gotta do something about that back wall. So I finally decided to hang a giant sheet, because I thought it would look less ugly, and having reviewed footage, I believe I was correct. It looks less ugly, so hope you like the new setup. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, diving into Fleabag, I guess we should start by talking about the last episode. Holy shit. That last episode, that was my favorite episode so far. I feel weird saying that because it was so different from the first three, and I didn't like it just because it was different. Like, I've loved every episode so far, but I think they made the most of this different format because the whole episode was at this retreat with the two sisters, and apart from them, the only character we even recognize is the guy at the other retreat who wouldn't give her a business loan, and he's not really a character. So it was really digging into the relationship between the sisters and really digging into what's good about their relationship, but also how even the stuff that's good has problems. And I really feel for them. In the first episode, I thought it was just going to be like passive-aggressive sisters sniping at each other, but like, oh my god, over the last couple episodes, they've really shown that, no, these are real people. I mean, they're fictional, but like, these are fully fleshed out characters who have a real dynamic relationship with each other that isn't perfect, but has a lot of good in it. It's not like their relationship is primarily bad. Based on the last two episodes, I would say, no, the relationship is primarily good. They're just very different people, so there's only a point to which they can help each other, because they just don't function the same way. As someone with two siblings, I get that. Like, I get being fundamentally different from a sibling in a way where it's like, look, I love you, and we're going to do everything we can for each other, but there's a point where we need to take our problems to other people, because we're just not going to connect on this. And when they first introduced us to them as sisters, it was all the ways they weren't connecting. That's all we saw. And so I had in my head that this was their relationship, and they did not have a good relationship. But more and more, it looks like, no, they actually have this very positive relationship that just has its problems, because all adult relationships have problems. I'm expecting this episode to feel more like the first three. I'm expecting them to be back in the real world and dealing with problems again, and not just like their own two problems, but like dealing with financial stuff and whatever else is going on. This is the second to last episode of the season, so it might end on a cliffhanger. I don't fully expect it to, just because this hasn't been that kind of show. I expect it to end on a gut punch, because every episode pretty much has ended on a gut punch. The first episode, even though I missed it at the time, ended with the revelation of Boo's inadvertent suicide. The second episode ended with the loss of her on-again, off-again boyfriend, like the permanent loss of him. But yeah, pretty much in every episode she's lost some kind of relationship. The show's been so fucking good every step of the way, even when I was wrong about things that were going to happen, or tonally how things were going to shift, when they did things I didn't expect. I've loved all of it. So as much as I'm saying what I would do going forward, if they do something different, assume they made the right decision, because the writing on this has been so fucking good. And normally I would just dive in and watch and not even think about it, but because it's a react video, it's expected that I predict what's going to happen. So this is me predicting. Understand that if I'm wrong, I'm probably going to be happy to be wrong, because I'm probably just going to be so thrilled with whatever they do that I don't even care. I'm excited, and I'm kind of rambling at this point, so I think we're just going to dive on in. Yeah, I'm ready to get started. Oh, and as always, if you're watching my videos without watching the original content first, you're doing the content a disservice and you're doing yourself a disservice. If you really do want your first experience of Fleabag to involve me, then head over to my Patreon. For just $1, you can get access to my uncut reactions that you can play alongside the original content. Let's dive in.
Examined your sister this morning.
Did you? Is she all right? Did she seem all right?
Yes. Why?
Just can't get hold of her.
Yep, they haven't talked since the thing. I was
busy.
wondering.
There are worse jobs.
Look, I check for cancerous lumps in mammary glands. Now, any pleasure I derive from that is entirely dependent upon whether or not I am about to save your life.
Oh, like a boss.
Of course, Doctor.
I was worried he was going to go somewhere really inappropriate right there, but he didn't.
Can you please just give me some space? You're standing so close to me.
Ready?
No. Don't tell Dad about Finland. And don't provoke her.
The
Let's just
smile.
get out of this alive, okay?
Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Are we going to have a situation where, to get back at Fleabag, her sister tells her about the fucking... the statue? Sorry, I know there was other shit going on in that scene, but that's what grabbed my attention. I was wondering if that would happen at some point, and now they're all in the room together.
Sorry?
The tree in the back garden.
Oh, fuck.
Why are you taking the tree down?
This is my favorite bit.
This is why I love her. This is so good.
You are my daughters.
Yeah. No shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hi.
This is going to be such an awkward episode.
It's the voice she used for the pigeons. I mean, she always made them so rude, you know. But very, very funny.
See, now we know
used
where
to
she
take
gets
the
it
girls
from.
around the park and point at the
The squirrel voices were the best.
run, fucking run.
So
my ex did a similar thing.
much
Voices
makes
and fun.
sense now.
Really, really funny man.
My ex, oh my
Really
god.
funny.
What are you doing? Just put it back where you got it from, okay?
No.
Just do it. I don't want it in my house.
This went a different direction than I expected. Wow.
God. I keep forgetting that she's actually talented.
I know. It's infuriating.
I get that.
You've invited someone today?
Yeah, he's horrifically hot. You're gonna puke when you see him. Are you on your period?
Oh,
Why would you ask that?
The Platts. No reason.
Say it.
The Platts.
that's amazing.
Do you think she's ever painted Dad naked?
I think you should take your nose out of other people's marriages.
Oh, fuck.
Sneaking a preview, are we?
Hold up. So the guy she's
Really
bringing,
beautiful work.
is it going to be like,
Let me show you to the loo.
I don't remember his name, big cock ass fuck guy.
Off in this house.
Your father's in the kitchen.
Oh, great. I'll go and torment him.
Yeah.
And how's the cafe?
Well, the lease is up in a couple of days, and I don't think I can really afford to. I think I'm just gonna have to
Shit.
accept that it's.
I'm sorry about that, darling, but of course we're just a little bit tight on the purse strings.
Oh no,
too.
I wasn't asking you for any.
We've just been keeping it quiet. We haven't been able to buy anything or do anything. And
Ooh, what's that?
oh, that's just a tiny little house we're buying in France.
Lovely.
I just wanted to talk to you. Oh no!
Jesus, Dad. Okay.
She mustn't see it. She mustn't find out.
5-second rule.
No, I have never bought into that rule. That's disgusting.
I have never bought into that rule. Oh my. That's adorable.
I mean, I didn't want to show off, but
Yep, it's him.
You know, and I can say this because I'm an artist, but you really are very good looking.
Oh, she's going to try to draw him naked.
Thank you.
Very,
Thank you.
very.
thank you.
I mean, almost.
Well, if you excuse me, I'm going to go and do that old human thing.
interesting. We've never seen him in a context where he had to be, like,
The exhibition
presentable for people.
Talking about me?
All good things. All good things, I swear.
He's kind of
and again.
delightful. Okay, he might be overdoing it. I don't know. That's if he pushes it one more
Have you
time.
found a venue?
No?
What exhibition?
Okay.
Thank you so much for asking.
Some elements of the work that I wanted to talk to you about.
It's a sex-hibition. But don't panic, it's nothing scary. It's simply a journey through my physical and sexual life, climaxing in a few pieces inspired by and moulded on your father. And there are photos. I've taken a photo of my naked body every year for the past 30 years.
What?
Right. Well, I think it's important for women of all ages to see how my body has changed over the years. I think they have
For
to have
women of
a
all
healthy
ages.
perspective on my body, don't they?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I don't need to tell you, but your father is a deeply sexual man.
I feel like,
No, you don't.
yeah.
Just did. Knew it.
I'm just very lucky.
But I feel
I will
like
be touched.
if I don't need to tell you, you mean you already know, then you would need to tell them because they wouldn't
Humans
know
want
that.
Is to be loved and to be touched.
That really got to her. I'm convinced that flashback, because we saw a glimpse of it in the last episode, I'm convinced that's going to be her and Boo's
Tell Dad
neighbor
about your
slash
promotion
boyfriend.
plan. Why aren't you getting on a plane to your cold, rich future?
This is everything you've ever hoped for.
Because you can't just fuck off on aeroplanes and leave your weird stepson and broken sister to fend for themselves, okay?
Oh, shit.
I'm just so annoyed with myself. I wish I could just meet myself and just have a go at myself.
Do your worst.
Come on, bitch!
You don't take yourself seriously.
Oh, pussy.
You need to reach out to your family. You need to stop provoking your sister, just grow up. You do not take yourself seriously as a businesswoman. You need to pay your fucking bills. You need to be nicer to Hillary. You need to get a new hat.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's a bit...
I love Boo. Boo's the best. Kitty, kitty. Hey there, pretty kitty. Oh, is she gonna let the cat out?
Okay. Off you go.
Will you come?
It would be an honour.
Wow, he's doing really well in company.
How's your little restaurant? God, I can't imagine what you've been through.
Sorry, I missed something.
Go there.
Well, her dear little friend died and left her to run the cafe on her own. Jesus.
Oh, God, that is truly awful. How did she die?
Oh, she killed herself.
It was an accident.
Oh, fuck. Has she been lying to herself about it being an accident?
Give it up.
Her friend looked like she was straight up ready to kill herself in that one quick flashback. Has she been lying to herself about the fact that it's an accident? Was it like she knew he cheated with her?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, the sculpture turned up.
Did it?
Yes. Must have just toppled off the side.
Well, if you rid a woman of her head and limbs, you can't expect her to do anything other than roll around.
Your father and I often say when you've had a few drinks, you're so like your mother.
What? Well timed.
So, the party's moved to the hallway. Always a good sign.
Does anyone mind if I leave? I've got a dicky tummy.
My daughters.
Fuck.
Goodbye.
I wonder if he keeps saying my daughters in an effort to convince himself that he's still a father.
Thanks, I owe you.
No, I owe you. It's been really nice to spend the day with a normal family.
What?
Actually, feel quite emotional.
What's his...
Fuck me up the arse.
Oh, that's... Totally see that now. I'm going to leave Martin. I'm going to give you the money for the cafe.
And I'm gonna go to fucking Finland.
Yes!
Okay. Oh, and,
Did you take it back? Yes!
That is the coolest thing you've ever done.
I know.
That's why she went upstairs!
Thanks, Claire.
Shall we...
Hug, hug, hug!
Try.
Don't hit her in the face this time. Hug achieved! Successful hug! Oh, fuck, that's a really successful hug.
I'll see you at this exhibition.
Yeah.
Oh, I love them! The episode can't be over already. That was so quick. There's got to be more, right? The cat is loose! Fuck yeah! So that was episode 5 of season 1 of Fleabag. It was shorter than the other episodes. Not by much, but it felt shorter. Now, I know part of that was I was talking over a lot of the beginning part where I was supposed to be listening, and I've been making an effort to only talk when they're not talking, but this show, god damn it, I'm not good at doing that on this show, because the timing is so specific on this show, and anytime I think, oh, we're in a lull, it turns out the lull was setting up a moment of drama or comedy where they were about to speak, so what you gonna do? But even ignoring that, it still had the self-contained thing that the last episode had, where it was like, hey, let's isolate the characters from the rest of the world, but instead of doing it in a big over-the-top way, like we're going to this retreat that's in a mansion in the middle of a field somewhere, it's like, nah, we're spending the whole episode inside the house. And that is counter to what I expected. I predicted that it would that this episode would return to a sense of kind of normalcy, like the first 3 episodes, where it's jumping about between different spots in London, maybe having some flashbacks and some current stuff. There were a few flashbacks, but they weren't peppered in the same way they've done before. Tonally, it just felt very similar to the last episode to me. What was actually happening was different. They were less isolated because, they had their dad and their godmother / stepmother there. Not that those are the most comforting presences for them, but it still makes it seem less isolated because they know people. Instead, it was more like claustrophobic, where it's like, oh god, we're trapped in a house with these people. Honestly, the other thing is that the last episode, because it, like I said, isolated versus claustrophobic, in the isolated episode, they very much had to confront their own issues with each other in a way they didn't as much in this episode, simply because they could also be confronting everyone else in this episode. So it was like the difference between being stranded on a ship and having to deal with the other person, and being thrown in a den of wolves and having to stand by the other person. And I was not expecting them to go that route, but I really like the sort of 1-2 punch of, we're going to isolate you, then we're going to throw you to the wolves. I think this episode was very calculated and very well calculated. I just loved it. I'm very curious now how it's going to move into the last episode. I'm assuming the last episode is going to at least have a scene at the sexhibition. I don't know if that's going to be the climax, or if that's going to be the cold open, or if that's going to be the whole episode, because now we've done 2 episodes where the whole thing was kind of like in one location. And it might not be. There might not be the sexhibition, but given the track record of the show, when they mention an event like that, it usually ends up being seen. So I'm assuming we're gonna find out the truth about what happened to Boo. And I might be completely wrong. I might be partially right. I don't know. But I'm confident whatever the answer is, it's going to hit me like a ton of bricks, and I'm going to get really emotional. Fuck, I loved Boo. I hate that she's dead. I just hope there's not some reveal, like, actually her relationship with Boo is really dysfunctional, and we're looking at it through her rose-colored glasses now, like nostalgic glasses. I'm really hoping that Boo was as genuine and beautiful and pure as she's being remembered, because she is my favorite character. Like, I just want to give her a hug and tell her everything's gonna be okay. Like, she seems like she was the perfect counterpart to our main character. Like, to have a friend like that who is less cynical and who is there for all your antics and not judging you, but she's not avoiding judgment because she's like, oh yeah, we're bad bitches. It's like she's avoiding judgment because I feel like she just doesn't judge people. I don't remember her ever judging anyone in these flashbacks. And so whereas our main character judges people, but rejects judgment of other people, often by judging them first and being like, well, your opinion doesn't matter because you're a pervert or you're a whatever. I'm starting to think that Boo was just this genuinely kind sweetheart who just loved Fleabag for who she was, not because Boo necessarily was similar, but just because she loves everyone for who they are. And there's something so precious about that. And again, I could be wrong. I'm just really hoping that we don't get some kind of, like, flashback to actually Boo was this, genius manipulator who was, like, using her air of naivete to get what she wanted. Like, I'm not expecting that. But it'd be really sad to me if they do something that ruins Boo's character, because she's unexpected. She's been the dark horse for me of favorite characters. I expected to love the protagonist. There were one or two other characters who, when they were introduced, I'm like, I'm gonna love this guy. I'm gonna love this girl. Boo was not a character I expected to love, and I love her more than any of them. And it's gonna suck watching her die. Fuck. That part's gonna suck. And I'm 80% confident, somewhere between 80 to 95% confident that we're gonna have to watch it. Even if we don't see her physically get hit by the bike, there's no way they're not showing us that scene, right? They've been building to it all season. Fuck. I'm a little scared to watch the next episode now. Now that I've worked through... I was so excited. But now that I've thought about it too long, I'm scared. Okay, well, I guess that's all I have to say about this episode. As always, please like and subscribe, because I would love to have y'all coming back on the regular. Fuck.